Welcome to Camp Friedenswald. My name is Amy Huser and I'm the Sustainability and Outdoor Education Director here in the Peaceful Woods, as we call it. And we are going to have a sustainability tour and see some of the features that we have worked on here at camp. We have a strategic plan. We call it our Camp Friedenswald 2022 Resilience and Sustainability Plan. And it's a triple bottom line plan with financial, social, and environmental goals. Today we'll be showing you some of the environmental goals that we can see mostly outside as part of this tour. So one of the things we'll start with is talking a little bit about energy, and we'll be looking at some solar installations that we have here, or one solar installation. We'll be looking at some of our waste areas. We'll be looking at an EV charger that we've installed, and we'll be talking about and looking at some land restoration areas here at camp. So one of the things that of course is important to sustainability is energy efficiency. And so one of the very first things that we did with our plan was transition to 100% LED lighting, along with putting in motion sensors and photo cells and timers to reduce our energy use in that area. And after we did that, we saw about a 12% decrease in our electricity use. Another really exciting thing that we have managed to do is to install solar panels, and we're going to take a look at those next. So those are on the roof of our dining hall, which is just on the other side of me, right up the hill. Okay, so here we are on the roof of our dining hall, looking at our solar panel array of 180 solar panels. We feel so lucky and happy to have these up here for a whole year now. So our constituents donated enough funds to cover the full cost of this installation, and it produces about 25% of camp's electricity needs for the entire camp. And we also have 80 community solar panels that we lease with our local utility, Midwest Energy. And so when you combine those 80 with this 180, about 40% of our electricity is powered by solar energy. Another thing people often ask about this installation is why the angle of the panels is so low. And if you know where north and south is, according to our roof, you will also notice that the panels are facing east and west rather than directly south, and they're not that traditional 40-degree angle. That is because we had a compact area that was conducive to solar energy, and we wanted to squeeze as many panels into that area as possible. And this arrangement allows us to produce more energy in total, even though each panel itself is slightly less efficient. It's a 55 kilowatt system that should produce around 64,000 kilowatt hours for us every year. It is connected to 3 inverters, which we'll go look at next. So here are the 3 inverters. Each one is connected to a different meter on main camp. We have the panels sending electricity to 3 different electric meters, and that is because in order to utilize net metering, we need to cap out our systems at 20 kilowatts per meter. And so 2 meters have 20 kilowatts, and there's 1 meter with 15 kilowatts sending electricity to all of main camp. So if you come to camp in your electric vehicle, you can charge it up again for free as a guest of Camp Friedenswald. We have a level 2 charger here for your use. A very exciting development on our sustainability goals. So this is our composting system that we use here at camp to compost all of the food waste from the dining hall and also the napkins. So most meals are practically zero waste here at Camp Friedenswald. This is a passive composting system, a layering system. So inside these cubes, you will find layers of food waste with an equal amount of wood chips on top, and then food waste, wood chips. We have lots of wood chips that we're using to be the carbon in our composting system. And so The kitchen staff will just bring the food waste out here after a meal is over and dump it into these cubes. So this composting system has been here at camp for about 6 years, and one of the great benefits was the elimination of an entire dumpster from behind our dining hall, and also the elimination of a major raccoon infestation. These are raccoon proof, and so it's really reduced the number of raccoons getting into our waste stream. And along with that, it's keeping significant amounts of methane from being produced in the landfill by composting here on site. So we're really letting you behind the scenes here at camp with this tour. This is our recycling, reusing waste area. And so here we have our single stream recycling collector where we put all the single stream recyclables. And we have an area for plastic bags and film, an area for e-waste, and an area for styrofoam, along with putting anything that we think Habitat for Humanity might like to use against the back wall. So lots of areas for separating out our waste stream and avoiding the landfill. And here is one other recyclable cardboard boxes. Our waste hauler will pick those up for us, so all cardboard goes into this dumpster. An exciting project that we have going on at camp is a new playground structure, and we are going to be creating that structure mostly from black locust sourced here at camp. And here you see some of the black locust that is being processed to be part of that playground structure. They're taking off the bark and sanding or planing it down with a round planer, and it's going to be a beautiful natural aesthetic for a wonderful new playground here at camp. We're so excited to be using this black locust, and look, here's Jonathan Fridley, our facilities director, who's heading up this project. Jonathan, why are we so excited about the black locust?
The reason that we're excited about the black locust is, number one, we have quite a few black locust trees here on camp that are getting old, and we are needing to thin them out. And so for the health of them, we need to take them down anyways. And we have decided to use them for our playground project because they are highly rot resistant. You can put them in they have been used for years by farmers for fence posts because they are rot resistant. I'm also very excited about them because of just the natural beauty with them. They're not a straight board. They have some nice curves to them, and will add some unique character to the playground.
So now we headed out to some of our natural areas here at camp. There are 3 areas in proximity to each other here that are really special ecosystems. And one would be the prairie that you see behind me. And this prairie was restored in 2013. And so what that means is we took this area down to bare mineral soil and planted it with a native prairie seed. Behind the prairie down the hill, we have our fen area, which is a super important place at camp because the fen hosts the endangered Mitchell-Sater butterfly, and so we want to take special care of that area to keep it in good health and condition for the butterfly and for all the creatures that need the fen. A fen, if you're wondering, is a type of wetland. It's fed by groundwater, seeps and springs, and the water is continually moving in the fen, so that's kind of a distinctive characteristic. We also have a prairie fen specifically, which is kind of indicated by tamaracks or larch trees that you'll see behind me, and then some woody bushes like poison sumac. And then inside those kind of rooms created by the trees and the sumac, you'll find tussock sedge along with other forbs, and that's a specific habitat for the Mitchell-Sater butterfly. And then beyond the prairie, you'll see the oak savanna area where the tree canopy is fairly open. savanna has between 10 to 50% canopy cover, and that's also an area that has been restored. That is in its second year of native oak savanna seed coming up, and we're really excited to have that as part of the ecosystems present here at camp. So up on the top of Allen Hill, which is where we're at right now, we can see a variety of ecosystems here at camp. You can see Shavehead Lake off in the distance. We have another fen adjacent to the lake there, the oak hickory woodland along the edge of the lake that then transitions into this oak savanna that is newly restored, a critically endangered ecosystem. And then we head down to the fen in the depression down at the bottom of the savanna, and we have our prairie out in front of us. So land management and taking care of the area that camp resides on is a really important part of our sustainability goals, and something that we try our best to manage well. Thank you so much for coming on our sustainability tour with us today at Camp Friedenswald. I really hope that someday you make it here in person and we'll get to meet and I can take you on a tour in real life.